This is not a game. This is not a drill. The Steelers signed defensive tackle Larry Ogunjobi yesterday, former rival turned friend. Now, this did a few things for the Steelers. Number one, this filled their biggest weakness on defense, on the defensive line, whether you're talking about defensive tackle or defensive end, since Stephon Tuitt retired. Larry Ogunjobi is very versatile. He could fill both of those spots. That's one thing. Number two, the Steelers remain the highest paid defense in the NFL. We were the highest paid defense before this signing, and now we spend a little bit more money, and we still are the highest paid defense. That will pay dividends. And then lastly, maybe we want to break out the packs again. Today's special, the AFC North pack. Now, you guys may be wondering why the AFC North pack. It's quite simple. Larry Ogunjobi started his career with the Browns, spent 4 seasons there, and then when his contract was up, looked around, came to his senses, said, hell with you guys. You guys are a poverty franchise. I want to try playing for another team, which he did whenever he signed with the Cincinnati Bengals, gave them a try, but didn't want to run it back with them after having some success. You know, he had 7.5 sacks, and also made a Super Bowl. So that tells you something. If you don't want to go back with a team that just made a Super Bowl and you had success with them, that's some red flag shit right there. So he was left with a final decision. If he wanted to keep going with the AFC North gauntlet, it's between the Steelers and the Ratbirds. So he basically gave the middle finger to the Ratbirds and said, forget you guys. I'm going to go with the team that has more success, that has more hardware on the shelf, and that went 2-0 against you guys last year. And yeah, and that's the Pittsburgh Steelers. So welcome to Pittsburgh, Larry Ogunjobi. And listen, you have a bunch of people asking whether or not this is a rebuild season for the Steelers. A bunch of blah, 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 a bunch of nonsense by people that don't know football. I tried telling everyone last offseason, the Steelers don't rebuild, they reload. And this is exactly what they're doing right now. The rest of the league is petrified. For example, Steelers were going to have a top 5 defense heading into this season as is, before the Ogunjobi signing. Now that we signed him, the Steelers just filled, as I said earlier, their biggest weakness on defense, that being the defensive line, with a guy who's a borderline Pro Bowler. You've got to be kidding me. And before I leave, let me give you guys some advice. Go on DraftKings, go on FanDuel, go on whatever betting app that you like. I'm sure the odds are all pretty similar. For FanDuel, they have the Steelers winning the AFC North at plus 850. Take that to the bank. Incredible value. I put $20 on it earlier today. That's a $170 profit. Easy money. Easy money. But that's why we call them investments. You make the investments, you put the money in on what you think is going to happen right now, and then you pay off the dividends later as the season goes on, or in this case, when the season ends. Outside of that, Omar Khan doing an incredible job as the Steelers' new GM. Got the Minka Fitzpatrick extension done. At a good value, too. $18 million. He is the highest paid safety in the league. But we talked about this, to get that deal done before Jesse Bates or also Derwin James was a pretty savvy move by Omar Khan. And then also this signing. I don't know what Omar Khan has up his sleeve next. Maybe he's going to bring Big Ben out of retirement. If that happens, we know the rest of the league's in trouble. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. AFC North pack. You know what it is. Peace.